Yo, what's good? What's poppin'? Back at it again. Team C4. I know we were famous for doing Yu-Gi-Oh content, Rusco, but we're trying to branch out. My boy Sko, he likes to play other card games once in a while, maybe all the time.
Yeah.
He plays many other games, but
we do.
mainly with women. But we ain't gonna talk about that. But anyways, what are you playing now, bro?
Man, I'm playing. I ain't even gonna say I'm playing it for real. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I just picked it up. Playing One Piece, the card game. You know, we all started doing separate things, man. You know, Rizzy holding down Yu-Gi-Oh. Chris has been playing Commander, so I've been playing Vanguard, but I decided to kind of like sprinkle off into this. So like, shout out to people who got me into this game.
What card is that, bro?
Man, this is the leader. This is Law. Personally, Law is one of my favorite characters in the One Piece show. I ain't even finished it all, but he's one of my favorite in the show. It's a really strong deck. If you don't know what to do, basically what happens is once per turn you can rest 2 Dons, and if you have a full board of characters, you can bounce a character back to your hand and play one of a different color that's cost is 5 or less.
What's that thing that Law does, bro?
It's that room.
So that's basically what the kid deck does.
That's all he does. It's like the deck is just, you sit there and you have a board full of characters, and you just room one out, switch it out with one of your big hitters. So the deck's pretty explanatory. You got 4 Bonnie. She's your supernova searcher in this deck. So basically what she does is, what makes her really strong, she's a 1-drop. So you rest 1 Don, you play her. You rest another Don to activate her ability. You look at the top 5. You get a supernova, you put it in your hand.
What's a supernova, bro?
So, I ain't even gonna lie, I don't know.
Bruh.
I'm not a One Piece fan, but supernova.
But you watching it though.
Hey, look, I ain't about to go into it.
Hey, bro, supernovas like Law, Zoro, Luffy, all them, bro.
Pretty much. There's some other people that are supernovas, not
the rookies.
What's it called? The worst generation?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you have this is your Straw Hat Searcher. So this is Nami. When you play her, you look at the top 5, you get a Straw Hat, you put it in your hand, that's not her. So she searches for majority of the deck. The deck's red-green, so there's a cool mixture of them. For your 1-drop, I run a lot of 1-drop blockers, which makes the deck strong as well. This is Beige.
Hey.
Yeah, so he's a supernova. So the cool thing about it is Bonnie searches for Beige. So when you're on your turn, you can go Jewelry Bonnie, tap a Dawn, tap her, look for a top 5, boom. Now you have a blocker to protect your Bonnie.
Bro, he's the second to take that. He's the second fastest to take out the Blicky. Second to Blackbeard, bro. Blackbeard first.
Right.
But this man's second fast.
So then your Nami search that you really hit is the Chopper. Tony Chopper. He's your 1-drop blocker. Hey, look, Straw Hat Pirate, man. So, you know, on top of your 1-drops with them, you have... I have another one. This one's a pretty cool one. Shout out from Atlanta Wano. If you pick up this deck, play this at 4. Otama. Play her at 4. She's a 1-drop. When she's on play, she gives one of your opponent's characters net 2,000, which makes your attacks a little bit easier to hit, and especially if you have problematic things that you want to kill, it just forces more cards out of the hand. There's actually a little loop. Not a loop, but there's a pretty clean synergy with this, because you can go, if you have a board full of stuff, so you can go Law. You can play this, net choose something. Law's effect to bounce this back. There's a 5-drop Law that bounces something or replaces it. So you can technically give something neg 4,000 if you need to. So, and then it's a 2,000 counter. So it makes the deck really, really popping. And then
when are we gonna see you in Wano, bro?
I'm gonna get there eventually.
Taking too long, bro.
I'm trying to see what this Sun God Luffy about. Your next, I have these Brooks. Only reason there's Brooks in here because it's a 2K. It's a 2K counter. That's it. It's a 2-drop that you can give 2 your rested Dawn. So we run the 5-drop Luffy in here that with 2 Dawns your opponent can't activate on guard. So if it won me a game in my tournament. I played it. The 2 rested Dawn that I got off of that, I equipped it to the Luffy. I stacked some other Dons to it, and I just went in for an attack. So they're really just there for the 3K counters.
Can you do the Brook
the 2K
laugh?
counters. I cannot.
Damn.
So then we got Killer. It's a blocker. It's a true drop. If it has a Dawn attached to it on block, you draw a card. It's also a supernova, so it's searchable off of the Bonnie.
Little shawty Bonnie.
The Bonnie. Don't play these. If you have the money, play Rush Zoro. Not gonna lie to you. Rush Zoro is a supernova, so it's searchable off of both the Bonnie and searchable off the Nami. And then with it being a Rush Zoro, it's just Rush Zoro. If you play the game, you know what Rush Zoro is. This is just a starter deck Zoro. I don't really recommend it, but it's just in there as a placeholder. It did what it needed to do. It applied pressure off of people. For another one of my 3 drops is Killer again. Supernova on play, kill something 3K or less. So if you have Otama on board and you neg 2,000 something, if you get it below 3K, you can play the Killer. I'll show y'all the loop, but one of the laws, I'll actually show you which one. It's this one right here. It's a 5-cost law on play. You bounce a character back to your hand to play another character. So I've played this, neg 2K something, this law effect, bounce this back because it's a red to play the green law. This law bounces one of my other characters back to play the Killer, kill something. So, and it's a blocker in itself. It's really nice with some synergistic stuff.
The supernovas, bro.
Man, I'm telling you, Law's the reason behind the deck, man. Law's the reason for the season. But and then if this is checked off your trigger, you can play it, and then you get the on-play skill. So it makes the deck really strong. We have can't be running Nami if you ain't running
The king of the pirates, bro.
The king of the pirates, bro.
Or is it gonna be Shanks?
Monkey D. Luffy. Rush Luffy. Once again, this is a 2 drop for me. I don't gotta worry about anything. It's a 2 drop. I can bounce back a green spell back to my hand. I can sit there and play a red drop, swing with it off the rip. Great. Monkey D. Luffy is just, it forces people off of things. Then you have, you got the resistance.
Hey, yo, bro.
Yeah.
Why is this man so icy, bro?
Bro, it's law.
What's up with them tats, bro?
It's law. So this law is pretty dope. I like it. Same thing. But with this one, I set one of my supernovas back to restand. So there's another loop that I do when I'm like, this is already on board. I'm applying pressure with the Monkey D. Luffy. And then I use the law skill. I bounce back something like a Nami to play this law to restand the supernova. And then I swing off again. Honestly, it's what won me the 4th round in the tournament because I had a board full of things and I went for Jewelry Bonnie. I got this because this is a supernova. I searched for it and I got it off the top 5. And then I attached 4 Dawn to Monkey D. Luffy. I swung with it 10K, took out his last life, and then bounced back a Nami back to my hand to play this law to restand this Monkey D. Luffy to swing in again. And when you get like 10K, there's not much you can do. So yeah, 4 of this law. If you want to drop it down to 3, with it being so searchable, it's that, but I personally like it. And then the best trigger in the game, personally, when it comes to green, is Paradise Waterfall. Basically what it is a counter. It gives 2,000 power to something. So like, cool thing about it is with this, you start off with 4 life, right? So it's 1 life shorter than what every other leader is running. But this deck applies so much pressure with just the characters that it has in period, because once my board's established, it's really hard to like out advantage me. So a lot of people try to like kill off my stuff, especially like this Luffy. So there was a time I was playing a game, somebody attacked into my Luffy. I went Paradise Waterfall, protected my Luffy, restored my Luffy. At that point, you can't attack my Luffy again. So at that, it's like, what do you do? And then for like my blockers, like the other law, I block with it. And then they try to go in for another attack. I Paradise Waterfall, protecting something, restanding my law, so now I have another blocker. So, The deck's fun. Manipulating different characters really cool. But that's really just the deck profile for real.
You gotta be just like Law, bro.
Just be like Law, bro. Room.
You trying to get some shout outs to some?
It was fun, man. Shout out to my boy Aaron. He's actually the one who won first place with Rush Zoro. It was, I ain't gonna lie, my deck just like, I had like 3 of those Zoros in my hand. If they were the Rush Zoros, it would have been a completely different matchup, but because it was those, it was just, I could do it. But shout out to everybody we played, man, for the win. Your One Piece community is beautiful. It really feels like home playing the game. Everybody's pretty knowledgeable about the rulings and everything.
You gonna keep on playing this game, bro, or you think you gonna play it away, bro?
Man, I might. It's fun. I mean, I wasn't playing for the longest because I seen this deck topping in Japan, and this is the only thing I wanted to play because it was it. But I'll probably keep playing for sure. Shout out to everybody. If y'all see this video, shout out to everybody who came out to the tournaments. It was a 24-man tournament. I played a Crocodile deck. I played Luffy. I played Rosoro, of course. I played another Crocodile deck, actually. I played 2 Crocodile decks, Rosoro, and a Kid deck. So shout out to everybody who came and played. Like, we highly appreciate you. If y'all see this in Mississippi, definitely come out on Fridays every once in a while and just see what we got, man. But what's that?
That's where the deck profile, bro.
For sure.
You know, gotta branch out a little bit. We still on the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, though. You know.
You already know, man.
It's coming up. It's coming up.
Hey, I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player at heart. Okay, I don't play this for real. This was just a slight flex, but it's just for the fun, man.
All right, appreciate you, bro.
Most definitely.
Like, subscribe.
Always like, subscribe, CFO.